welcome to the Fogcast with me, Jake, otherwise known as Foghorn from Harlow Town Fans TV. I hope you had a great weekend and I hope you enjoyed the show. Now I'm going to kick off by saying if you need any merchandise or if you want any merchandise, please get some. It really does help me out. I don't earn a lot of money because I'm in college, so I only work part-time one night a week as when I get a shift. So this money helps me go to games, it helps me get better content for you, it will help me save up for better editing equipment and be able to do more of the things that you want to see. And of course, even the little things like paying the iCloud bill to be able to do it on my phone. And also, if we can get this up to 200 views and at least, let's go for 20 likes and get this the most popular non-league show, pre-recorded show on YouTube. Of course, I don't want to walk over Dave Square's show because that is a very good show. But his is not pre-recorded, so let's go for my show, the Fogcast, being the best pre-recorded non-league show on the internet. Now, like I say, thank you to my sponsors, promotional sponsors, as always, that you would have seen just before. Now, let's get into this straight away. As always, we go into the scores of the weekend. Apologies if I have missed any results. And then we go into the content that's been sent in. So this week it is David and Chris from Wingate and Finchley on their way back from Margate away. And then to Johnny Drummond of the Billingham Town game versus their arch rivals Billingham Symphonia. And then my highlights of Harlow Town ladies versus Billingham ladies. I do miss the third goal for Billingham, so apologies for that. And then it goes in to Elliot Bias and his views of the Harlow Town ladies game. So I'll catch up with you after that.
Hi Jake, it's Chris from Wingate, from Billingham, and David from Wingate Finchley Fan TV fan. Oscar. So yeah, we drew away against Margate, we were 1-0 up, then we were 2-1 down, dominated the game, last minute, Lloyd Hernandez on loan from Barnet, made the game 2-2, got the Wingate fans all excited. You know, away at home from Margate would always be a tough game. We beat them last season and we do against them this season. So yeah, very good game. And now we're off to Harlow on Tuesday, so we'll see what the result is.
It's home to Harlow.
Okay.
It was a great result. We played. I thought we deserved the win. The draw was not really a fair result.
You think I'm stupid,
Great volley. What a hit song.
Okay, see you next week in the next version of the podcast. Alright, all of you continue watching the rest of the video. Subscribe to the podcast. Bye, guys. Bye.
Hello subscribers of the podcast today. Billy Town have an away game against Billingham, Synthonia, who unfortunately don't play at Billingham anymore because their ground was deserted and is sadly being vandalised. So it's Billy Town versus Billingham Synthonia, getting played in Norton, which is about 3 miles away from Billingham. I know it's really confusing. It'll all make sense eventually, but up the town. Brilliant. Well, it's been a great day. Billingham Town have dispatched former Billingham Synthonia, who now play in Norton. Nothing really in it. Town scored 4 goals in the first half, and that pretty much settled things. Still top of the league, and now 19 games unbeaten. It's been an incredible run. Up to Town.
Right, so we just finished the Harlow ladies game against Billingham, I believe it's pronounced. Harlow ladies lost 3-2. Unfortunately, I didn't get the third goal, so you won't see that in the podcast. Should have actually had another goal, which the ref brought back for offside about 5 minutes later, which wasn't good. But Elliot, what was your opinions on your first ladies game?
Fantastic ladies, you know, very hard working, well managed. I think they had some great chances to win the game, but unlucky not to be 3-3 at a level draw as the goal was disallowed. But we should be 3-3 winning, and fantastic day, great team, onwards and upwards.
Thanks for your time, Al.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to Johnny, Chris, David and Elliot for their time for that content to be sent in to myself. If you want to get your club mentioned in a Pacific light more than just seeing the results, please get some videos sent in to me. It will always go in the podcast. Don't worry about editing together like you see with the Billingham Town stuff. I do that all myself. you just need to send me obviously the main videos over WhatsApp or something like that, and we'll discuss that. One team that people are interested in hearing more about, Graham Stafford in particularly, was Welling United. So if there's any Welling United supporters that don't mind documenting the game, you don't have to sit there and record loads of highlights. It can just be your reviews like Chris does for Wingate and Finchley. Get them over to me and get Welling United on to the podcast. And the same goes with any club down from the conference all the way down to the Essex Senior League. And it doesn't have to be a league I cover on the results, as is Billingham Town. Their results are never covered. They have their own bit of content. Now, into the non-league news, there's been quite a few transfers. I won't go into all of them, but here's the ones that kind of made my eyes stand out, so to speak. See, one I saw on Twitter with the Kingstonian fiasco, if you like, saying that a player went to a meeting to say he wanted to leave, but that was never the case. Obviously, I don't work at Kingstonian, so I don't know. If you do work at Kingstonian, please enlighten me of what happened there. But of course, Mohammed Fowl left Kingstonian and went to Enfield. And the Mark Weatherstone, of course, a Wingate and Finchley player, moved over to Enfield. Unfortunately, it was too soon for Harlow Town, as he did get a goal on his debut. If you haven't seen the Harlow Town Enfield highlights, they are on the channel. And also, Hornchurch signed 3 Waltham Abbey players in George Wynne, Ronnie Wynne and Charlie Stimson. And of course, former Hawk, who got released a little while ago, has joined Brentwood, and that is Nathan Fox. And Harlow Town have signed a player from Epping. Don't know whether I can name him, because I don't know whether it's out there yet officially, so I won't name him just in case. Bradley Malloy, the Epping goalkeeper, wanted me to say that Epping won 3-0, I believe, this weekend, and he got man of the match, so congratulations to my mate Brad. And of course, it clearly shows it doesn't matter what level you're playing at. There's an Essex Olympian League 4 team, which is who Epping are, and they're getting scouts down from Isthmian League clubs and higher, and they're getting some very good players. So it just shows at non-league at times it isn't about the money, it's about playing for managers such as a manager with Billy Cove's reputation. And of course, if you're playing well, the scouts will come, and it's great to see. We're seeing it more at the international level. You don't have to play for Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United or Tottenham to play for the England squad, and you certainly don't have to play at the highest level to get noticed within the non-league world. Now, Orient lost on Saturday. We lost 1-0 to Boreham Wood. I was actually watching that at Enfield, because I got there early. And it was, oh no, we've squandered the top of the league. But bit of tongue-in-cheek here, I hope you don't mind the banter. Thank God for Salford losing their game, and that means Orient remain top. Now, I asked for some non-league news to be sent in, and one thing that was in the non-league paper, which thanks to the Blue Army Ultras and Wingate for actually pointing this out to my attention, Billericay are set to be taken over. Now, we know early on in the season, or just before the start of the season, Glenn Tamplin did say that he was going to sell the club, and then he said he wasn't going to sell the club, and then he was going to sell the club, and then he wasn't going to sell the club. It now appears they are being taken over. Now, of course, there has been speculation over Glenn Tamplin's mental health. Well, I'm not going to go into that. Obviously, you know, mental health is something that's close to my heart, so I don't believe that I have the right to discuss something like that, because it's not my battle, it's Glenn Tamplin's battle. But we have noticed he's been sitting back and he's not been in the limelight as much, so obviously watch that space. And by the time I do this next Monday, we may know whether Bill and Ricky have been taken over. Of course, they've had a bit of a cull, so to speak, of players. 4 big players leaving, to name a few, Adam Huntington and Jake Robinson, who has now stepped up to, I believe it's Maidenhead, or it may be Maidstone. Fortunately, I've not wrote that down. Now, one of the other things I did a poll for, and yet again, I forgot to write it down, because I didn't stop till 8 o'clock this morning, was whether referees should improve at this level in a non-league, both for men's and women's football. Now, what prompted me to do that, which you would have seen a little bit of me mentioning to Elliot, was yesterday. Obviously the linos are normal people, so you've got to give them credit. They're normal people, they're not linesmen, they don't get paid, they're not on the FA books. Normal linesmen within women's football, especially in non-league. The lino flags were offside. It wasn't offside. But if at that time the ref said, right, I didn't see it, I've got to give offside, the lino's probably got a better view than me, you bite your lip, you get on with it. What actually happened from this is there was a big bit of face of pay. I'd say about 2 minutes worth. May have overreacted in the video before. I'd say about 2 minutes worth. And there's an absolute beautiful shot that lobs the keeper, goes into the back of the net. Should be 2-0 to Harlow Town Ladies. At this time, the ref then goes to the lino, after initially dismissing the lino, and calls it off. Now, we see silly things like that throughout the non-league spectrum. Now, I did a little poll, only a few people voted, but it mainly went into about 90% on both polls said that yes, referees do need to improve. Leave your comments in the section. Of course, we all get a bit heated with referees at times, and sometimes they do have a difficult job. And I moan at linesmen more than the next person, and when I'm running the line on a Sunday, I make mistakes, and you get players moaning at you, and you almost turn into the lino, and they turn into the version of you that's on the terrace. Now, I was meant to go to the Odds and Evens radio show tonight. Unfortunately, I can't make it due to a couple of reasons. The main reasons being my exam on Wednesday. So, getting in tonight at gone 2 in the morning, when I've only got tomorrow to revise on my law stuff, in terms of if it's my last lecture before the exam, is not going to be great. So I'm going to postpone that, and I'm in talks with him on when to go on the show next. Also, following that, Harlow have got Wingate and Finchley away tomorrow. Same principle. I've got my exam Wednesday morning and I've got work Wednesday night. So I'm going to have to put football to the side in order for my exam. Because it is very hard to even get a grade E in your law exam. I got a D, apparently, in my mock. Don't know how I did that. So obviously, all these exams that you don't want to do, but you have to do it to get the qualification. So hopefully one day this podcast is in a proper studio, being streamed on BBC online or something like that. In terms of the games I'm going to this weekend, I find out my work rota today. So if I'm not working Friday, I will be going to Woodford Town versus Southend Manor. Of course, one of the only Woodford games I've done a kind of repeat fixture this season, because I did go to Southend Manor away. So that'll be Friday night. And on Saturday, Harlow Town are at home against Leatherhead. Now, I mentioned earlier on in the show, due to my iCloud storage, the payments long got through. So I don't actually know whether they've downgraded the account yet. I have tried to email them. So it could be that this doesn't end up going out until later this afternoon, or until Wednesday, or until Thursday, or until, unfortunately, maybe even Friday. But it will be out this week. Hopefully you're seeing this on Monday. Now, if there's anyone that wants to send content in, like I mentioned earlier, please send it in. Please get involved with it, really. This show only improves with you guys. Of course, I can't be at every single game in the world or in the non-league spectrum. Please get involved. Honestly, it really does help me out. It gets your voices heard. It gives you a platform. It gives you a safe platform, really. If you think your manager's an absolute piece of, let's keep it child-friendly, piece of dog poo, then you can't really go and put that on your own channel because you could get in trouble. But you're more than welcome to put it on my channel and I'll take the slap on the wrist for you. If there is any non-league clubs that want more exposure down, that maybe below the kind of Essex Senior League level, please get in touch. And if you want me to do a kind of vlog like I did for the Northwood game at Wingate and Finchley, please let me know. All I ask is that if someone can't pick me up so I don't drive, that my travel's funded and my, obviously the game ticket is free and stuff like that. I don't ask for money. Maybe I should. I don't know. And if there is any local companies to me, or even up north, a lot of my views are up north from the Billingham, like Middlesbrough area. Any local cab companies, any local new companies, whatever, that want to give me 20 quid a week just to sponsor me, and that 20 quid a week ensures that I go to games, because I can't always get free entry. So that 20 quid a week, regardless whether I've got money in my own pocket, I know I can make at least one game that weekend. That helps your company out and that helps me out. So let's end it again, as I say, because I'm waffling on now. Let's get this to 200 views and at least 20 likes. And thanks again for your ever-growing support. Enjoy your week. Enjoy whatever games you go to. Keep it real, and I will see you next Monday. Enjoy the podcast, and as always, like, share and subscribe.